What's up, everybody? Shauna D Man here, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are having yourselves a great week. A different video this week. Obviously, earlier in the week we had, or I believe on Sundays when I did it, we had a podcast episode. This is different. We are going to be doing some weekly reviews of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Before I get into that, if you're new to the channel, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And then this upcoming Saturday here on the channel, I will be having the first live stream for this particular channel. When it was just a good friend of mine, we will be going over Star Wars, Skeleton Crew, and some other Star Wars based topics if we have the time to do that. But definitely keep a lookout for that for the channel this upcoming weekend, more likely on Saturday. So, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man dropped on Disney Plus yesterday, January 29th. The first two episodes dropped, and a couple of weeks ago, I did a trailer reaction to this series, and it was one I'm not really caring for. I want to give my honest opinions about the first two episodes, but overall, I mean it's fine. Like I don't really care for the animation style that they went with. Uh, I would definitely say there were times watching it did kind of like hurt my eyes to look at it at times, but overall, I got used to it as I was watching episode 1 and 2 um, of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. The other thing about it was like the voice actor. So the series was originally supposed to be basically Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I'm not sure they decided to go a different direction with this series and just make it its own unique thing. And listening to the first two episodes, listen to the voice actor do Peter Parker / Spider-Man, I can definitely hear elements of Tom Holland's, like at least the characteristics of Tom Holland's Spider-Man kind of come out of this character, this Peter Parker / Spider-Man character in the show. I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't have any problems. So there were some things about it that because at the time of me recording the trailer, there wasn't much information about some of the characters that were shown in that trailer. One of the instances was, I think a lot of people thought as well, but basically the jock thought that was a race swapped Flash Thompson. Come to find out, it is not. It is Lonnie Lincoln, who is I believe this could be a young version of Tombstone, or just some different version of Tombstone. I don't know if we'll actually get that character in this series. I'm not sure what the plan is. I would assume so since he's in it. But he is definitely in it. So that was one. And then I thought the character of Pearl, I thought with the trailer that was gonna be like Liz Allen, kind of thing. But no, it's just, I guess, some made up love interest for Peter who used to babysit him as a kid. Fine, I guess, not really a big deal. You got Nico, who I believe I've seen a lot of people say is a character from the Runaways, which I know was like a comic series, but I think there was like a TV adaptation of the series as well. Aunt May, obviously. The origin that they went with is interesting. So episode 1, you have it where we automatically get introduced to Doctor Strange, basically, I guess, fighting some, not a symbiote. I guess maybe it was a symbiote, but fighting a creature from another dimension, or maybe it was this dimension. I'm not sure, but I'm sure obviously that's probably gonna come up as the series goes on. But instead of doing the traditional, you know, whether it's him going to like a lab presentation and getting bit by the radioactive spider or something like that, this version, the spider, it's it's basically like Spider-Verse, where the spider from a different dimension comes into Peter Parker's dimension, and that's the spider he gets bitten by. It looks like the spider survived as well, because I'm pretty sure I saw it like climb onto a backpack, and somebody picked up the backpack. I'm not entirely sure who it was, or even if it was Peter's backpack, or maybe it was just another student that just happened to be there. But that could be some future story implications, I guess, with this particular spider, if it's indeed still alive. So that's how he gets, because we got a quick little, intro for the series. And then it jumps to the months later when he's basically already Spider-Man, which is fine. I'm not really complaining as much. Again, I don't really care for the suit. I thought the suit we got in Homecoming was probably better. This suit just feel like there's a lot going on with it. But he does use it in a certain way in episode one, towards the end of episode one, I think it was. But it's I mean, it's fine and everything. We get the whole clip with like him saving Harry Osborn. I just don't like the designs of Harry Osborn. I'll get to Norman in a second, because that whole thing I'm not really a big fan of either, kind of nostalgia baiting. But anyway, I like, it's weird because we saw it in the trailer, like Spider-Man saves Harry Osborn from these like thugs or whatever, and like, why are you live streaming you beating somebody up, or you're about to commit a crime or something? Like, what's the point of you live streaming it, all that? But whatever. It's fine. It's not really like a huge big deal, I guess. So he's a freshman in this series. So, and I know this series it's already been renewed for a third season, I think it has. So I'm like, that's pretty bold, and you feel pretty confident. Now, probably so, because right now it has like 100% on IMDb, and then for like a critic score, and then 80% fan score, depending on how much you take those things into considerations. I typically don't. I usually like to go and view things myself and give my own opinions about things in regards to stuff like that. But there's nothing really special about this series. Now, obviously, it's probably more of a kid. Well, it could be seen as more of a kids show, that kind of thing. They play to like the original cartoon Spider-Man intro with a little bit of a twist, because they added a little rap thing into it. I don't really care for that either, but that's just me. Maybe there's people who do care about that thing, and that's fine, but I just don't care about it. And then you do this whole episode one, you do this whole basically reverse of Civil War, where instead of having Tony Stark in Peter's home, you have Norman Osborn. It basically kind of following the same plot lines that happened in Civil War, with the exception of he doesn't go to Germany to fight Captain America and all that. He ended up becoming an intern at Oscorp. So it was just, I guess, was just fun. It's pretty cool. Episode 2, and I'm not really gonna go full depth. I'm just giving you guys my ultimate thoughts about the first episode. Maybe as I watch more, I'll probably have more thoughts about it. I'm trying to remember if there was anything else about episode 1. Not necessarily, I guess. Episode 1 was relatively fine. Episode 2, I would probably say maybe episode 2 is maybe a little bit better than episode 1, but because episode 2 revolves around Peter getting the internship at Oscorp. We get Dr. Carla Connors. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and see how this plays out, because the Lizard is one of my favorite characters, and it was the first Spider-Man villain I saw as a kid with the Spider-Man animated series. And he just always became a fan, like one of my favorite characters. I don't understand the idea. Something about this series too is that it is. If you want to call it woke, I can understand where you would come from with that idea, but I can't put my finger on what my issue with it, with the show is. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe like I don't understand the idea of changing Dr. Kirk Connors. Now maybe there is a Dr. Kirk. No, I don't know. That's the thing. That's why I'm like I kind of want to wait and just see how this plays out because I'm very curious on, is there a Dr. Kirk Connors? Like, does Carla Connors become the lizard? Like, I'm waiting to see on how that plays out because that's just weird to me. Like, I don't understand. It's the same thing with Norman too. I don't understand the idea of changing Norman Osborn to a black character. And I've seen people say, and I talked about it when I did my little trailer review of it. Oh, he always had the hairstyle of a black person. Like, shut up. That's stupid. That's stupid. If that's your justification of it, that's stupid. And again, that's just everybody's entitled to their opinions. I'm fine with everybody having their own opinions about stuff like that, but I just think this is stupid. Like, I don't care for it. But obviously Norman, he's a shady character because that's what even Nico even mentions in we get some interesting shout outs in episode 2. Also, like Nico mentions, or Roxanne Oil. She talks about how Norman has to be doing some shady stuff to get rich like he does, and basically he does because he hires a arsonist to burn down a city block, but he burns down the wrong building, and so obviously Norman has his hand in some kind of um, burning down the property and then buying the land for cheap situation. Amadeus Cho, who I believe is like a Hulk based character, maybe except for Ultimate Spider-Man. I could be wrong. I feel like he was different in Ultimate Spider-Man, but then again, a lot of people don't really care for Ultimate Spider-Man. Um, we got a Wakanda shout out, so that was fine. Um, I don't think what else there was. It was I don't know. I can't remember. So Norman finds out Peter is Spider-Man by Peter changing into a Spider-Man suit to go fight the arsonist in a stairwell. And so in my mind, I was like, why would you change in a stairwell in a place like Oscorp that would more than likely have cameras placed well throughout the building? Like, that just didn't make sense to me. And so now, 2 episodes in, Norman finds out Peter is Spider-Man, which again, we'll have to just see how this plays out. Like, I guess a part of me has never really been a huge fan of the villains knowing the identities of the characters. There's certain occasions where like I can roll with it and I'll be fine with it. It's kind of like the same thing how I feel about Marvel or DC when they kill off their villains. I always like to have in the back of my mind that these villains are still out there and could always come back. The same thing we saw with Matt Reeves' The Batman. The Riddler didn't die; he's just locked up in Arkham, which I love that because that gives me the head canon to know that the Riddler can always break out of Arkham and terrorize Gotham again. So, um, but we still got a long ways to go. This is like 10 episodes, I think. And we'll just have to see how things play out. Like, I know I didn't go really much in depth with it. I just wanted to just give you guys my thoughts. Obviously, I'm gonna I'm not really wowed with it at all. Like, it's fine. Except, I mean, there are some parts of it I don't really care for, or wonder why you changed it the way you did. But that's more of a personal thing for me. I would definitely say go and watch it and just judge it for yourself. And some may like it, some may not like it. It is what it is. And I say that because I love Spider-Man. Like, I may not be all that in depth with the comics and stuff like that, but Spider-Man is is the number one character for me. He's always been one of my favorite characters. So I like this just like, I don't know, like, we went from having Spider-Man the Animated Series, Spider-Man Unlimited, which I did enjoy. The Spectacular Spider-Man was great. It should not have been canceled. Then we get Ultimate Spider-Man. Then we get that little trashy Marvel Spider-Man. And then we get this. So, I mean, it's just to each their own, I guess. If you like them, that's great. I'm happy for you that you like these particular projects. But personally, for me, I don't really care too much for them. But I am going to continue to watch it just to see how it could get better. And my opinions of the show could change as I watch these episodes. So we're definitely going to do that and check it out. But that's pretty much it. I just wanted to give you guys a short little review, give my thoughts about it. It's an okay show. I think right now, maybe give it like a B minus from these first two episodes. Nothing really wowing me, but nothing really bad that turns me off from it. So we'll see how things go in the future. But guys, that's pretty much all I have. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Comment below if you watched the first two episodes. Tell me what you think. And then this Saturday, live on the channel, we'll be going over Star Wars Skeleton review. So definitely be sure to check that out as well. And I should have a live stream Saturday morning on my gaming channel of Marvel Spider-Man 2, because that dropped on PC today as well. So definitely be subscribed to everything, to say the least. But guys, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. And I will see y'all in the next video. Y'all have a good one.